Now, I've said for a long, long time that the world's through. But Stephen Hawking is a great scientist who just recently passed away. 14 years ago said, Hawking posed an open question on the internet. In a world that is in chaos politically, socially, and environmentally, how can the human race sustain another 100 years? And we're worse off now than we were when he said that. We're not going to be here as we see it today 100 years from now. We're through. Romans had their day. The Pharaohs had their day. We had their day. We had a great run as Homo sapiens. But we're running out of runway. And anybody that doesn't think that is delusional. A state was a goal. Now, heretofore, and I alluded to it in ranting and raving last night before dinner, we're suffering what I call tragic optimism in the world. We're hoping for the best vis-a-vis Corona, and we are not really planning for the worst, i.e. we're going to another lockdown here in the UK. But Corona's here, and as long as Corona's here, it's good for us. It's great for us before Corona, but it's even better with Corona because people are afraid, and somebody should benefit, and why not us? When we talk about goals and affirmations and how I had a goal to live in a castle on an island, and 17 months later, I moved in here. 1 million permutations had to occur for that to happen because I didn't have any money to buy this. But, of course, this wasn't here then. This is the greatest bit of serendipity, luck, good fortune that I built this piece of shit because I was going to tear it down at least 3 times over the last 5 years. I was going to build a swimming pool, a spa. But if I'd done that, we couldn't have Corona, the Corona era. We are perfectly set up for Corona. Now, what we're going to do after Corona, I don't know, but we're perfectly set up for Corona because we can do spacing. Everybody's got their own toilet, their own bathtub, their own, all that stuff. But it was a goal. Jack Welch, who I didn't know personally, but who I believe, or I know in my heart, was the greatest CEO of the last probably 75 or 100 years, used to say he wanted to be not the smartest guy in the room. Well, the truth of the matter is Jack was the smartest guy almost every meeting he ever attended, notwithstanding his PhD in engineering or anything like that. But I fall under the same category without as many degrees as Jack, but I'm almost always the smartest guy in the room. Most of you know more about me than I know. Some of you have done research on the web about me for not days, not weeks, not hours, not months, but years. And I'm here to tell you there is no correlation whatsoever whether you studied me and or QLA for 1 month, 1 year, or 10 years in success. None. The two longest success stories we have are 12 and 13 years respectively. Both Germans. 12 and 13 years they studied me. And yet 4 of the 5 top Hall of Famers I have are German. So we've got 2 that took 12 and 13 years respectively, and we've got 4 of the last 5 and 25 years of the guys that have made the big bucks are German, but they're all German. But once the Germans get it, they get it. It's unfortunate that it takes so fucking long to get it, though. And as I commented last night, the other gurus, and God bless them, everybody deserves the right to make a living. As long as they're not hurting somebody, is what I've said all along. But most of the other guys talk about revenues that they created, top line. They don't talk about equity they created. It's like having a house that's worth $1 million, and when you sell it, you make $50,000. To me, you made $50,000. The $1 million is irrelevant. And I've been in the business for 27 plus years and creating equity and creating generational wealth in 3 to 7 years. 7 years if you fuck it up like a normal person. 3 years if you really get everything right. Of course, for some it's taken 10, 12, 13 years too. Those are not my case studies that I share. But notwithstanding this, you still do other stuff. There's people in this room that from now to the end of the year will attend another seminar. Not mine. There are people in this room that will read somebody else's book. Not mine. There are people in this room that will listen to podcasts. And you ask yourself, why? Well, I know why. But 15, 20 years ago, I didn't understand why. I didn't understand the human psyche as well as I do now. Because you're weak. And you're looking for a shortcut. and you really believe that there are shortcuts, and you really believe that there are tips. There aren't any. And as Andrew Carnegie said over 100 years ago, if the person, the you, needs motivation, he's not worth having. Another way of saying that, if you can't self-motivate, that almost every day I get an email, oh, I needed that kick in the ass. These are people I've never met. If you need a kick in the ass, you came to the wrong seminar. If you need a kick in the ass, there's a lot of things about you don't like.